What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 57 Civs AI only battle. We're now down to 43, I think, with Parthia's elimination, and Siam could be joining them pretty soon. Japan finishing last episode on a roll with only one city to go here in East Asia left for Siam, although they do still have one in the Arabian Peninsula. So that is one way of getting around not annexing the city. You know, if you just lose all your other cities, that could work. I assume they'll be forced to annex it, but I'm not. Persia having their turn. Not really sure this is going too well for them, but a peace deal with Mongolia. I mean, you can't complain with that. The only real positive, if you're having a really bad game for one of these civs and you're stuck with one city, the only positive is that it prevents you from making a dumb peace deal. Because I imagine Persia would have if they had, like, let's say Persia had these two Harappa cities as well, I could imagine they would give one or two of them to Mongolia just for the sake of it. But there you go. Because they can't. There we go. I mean, Harappa would certainly probably give this one away in the same circumstance, for example. So that's at least something. At least there's some positives to the story. Oh my goodness, Europe is so promising. There's so many civs with so many units. It is going to be something. You just need that little spark. Although it looks like Spain and Belgium are at war, which is weird because I did not see that start. I'm very confused. There was some damage. Okay. Let's have a look at the diplomacy overview and see if there's anything like completely crazy that I've just missed. Always a good step. So Egypt is at war with Congo. We knew about that. It's not going to go well for Egypt. Also, I can go through the social policies maybe as well. Egypt with tradition, 4 tradition policies, 5 honor policies, aesthetics, 2 policies, and they've also gone for 2 autocracy policy tenets. Liberty 5 and Honor 5 for France. That's not really reflected in their gameplay so far, being expansive and highly militaristic, but there you go. And they've gone aesthetics. There you go. That's a bit more French. War in this game anyway. At war with Persia and Denmark. I mean, not really. They can't actually. I don't think France actually can get through the channel to Denmark or anything, so that's not really important. Germany has not got an ideology yet. They went for tradition. They only took 2 policies out of the tradition tree. They then went for 5 honor policies, which is very aggressive, and 4 rationalism to try and help their science. It's quite interesting, and they are at war with Persia, not too important. India, also in the they've all been in the industrial era so far. The Iroquois there in the modern, but we'll get onto that. India, currently in the industrial era, they went for tradition again with 3 of them. They then went for piety 5, which is bold, because I don't think they have a religion. Oh, no, yeah, they do, sorry, they have Hinduism, the main religion in Asia. Sorry, yeah, how did I forget that? Aesthetics, also up to level 5, which is a lot of culture and extra social policies, and rationalism, so that's quite an interesting blend. They backstabbed Siam, they're also currently at war with Mongolia, but they should be fine from that. But again, they might give something in a peace deal, it's a little concerning. Brazil is the most wonderful person in the world with 5, or Pedro II there. Then Belgium and South Africa have 4 each. Indonesia, Korea, and Japan with 3. 2 for the Mayans, the Sioux, and, well, the Corral, California, and the Celts as well. Ooh, okay, that's fine. Let's go back to this. India, yeah, they are at war with Mongolia. Here we go, the Iroquois in the modern era. Liberty 5, yeah, they've been pretty expansive. Honor 4, yeah. Exploration 1, okay, fair enough. They've got a lot of coastal cities, I mean, it makes sense. That first policy is really nice for the extra through production in coastal cities. I've gone for it a few times now in my recent games, but I've never really gone exploration before. Autocracy 3 as well, and they're currently at war with Persia and the Shoshone. Obviously, we've seen the Shoshone hold them off pretty well. A lot of denouncements, but some friends as well, compared to someone like Persia, who it is just all red. Industrial era for Persia, Honor 4, Piety 5, at war with France, Germany, the Iroquois, and Morocco. None of those particularly close to them. Russia's in the industrial era, Honor 3, Aesthetics 5, Rationalism 2, at war with the Harappa, again not too important. Siam, Honor 5, Patronage 3, Aesthetics 4, at war with Burundi and Japan. Obviously Japan is doing a lot to them, Burundi doesn't matter too much. Songhai in the industrial era, Honor 5 and Piety 5, that's surprising because he doesn't have a religion. Exploration 1, he's at war with Mali, which we're sort of keeping an eye on. Mongolia in the modern era, Liberty 5, yep, pretty expansive. Honor 3, Order 5. And then they are all with India and the Harappa, who they don't quite border at the moment. They border through the Himalayas, but they don't have a actual path to get there. The Inca in the Industrial Era, Liberty and Honor 5 for both of those. They've not been particularly expansive or militaristic. I don't think they've even fought an actual war. They've been in some, but they've never fought a unit or anything as far as I'm aware. At war with the Harappa. Denmark, Industrial Era, Tradition 5, Honor 3, Commerce 1. So there you go. All of the policy trees getting some love in this game. Also, the Civs going patronage. Probably no, is it patronage? The one with the city-states is not a good move. What's the culture one? Now I'm confused. Are they different? What did France have? Aesthetics is the culture. Yeah, I don't know why. Some civs still go patronage. Don't do it. It's not worth it. There's no city-states on this map. Denmark v France, not too important. But there we go. Korea in the Atomic Era, so they are well out in front now for technology. Liberty 5, Honor 5, Autocracy. They've gone 7. They also have the Colossus, Brandenburg Gate, and Prora. They are currently at peace. Austria in the Industrial Era, Honor 5, Aesthetics 5, and Commerce 1. They are at war with Belgium and the two Sicilies. The two Sicilies is more important, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty equal. They're not getting that city back for now anyway. Byzantium, Tradition 3, Honor 5, Aesthetics 3. At war with Spain, not too important. The Sicilies are just too big and in the way. And Ethiopia. Oh, okay, interesting. They're just ignoring each other, but they are obviously neighbours. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a bit. We'll ignore some of the not-so-civs. Carthage, sorry. Celts, yeah, sorry. Attila, Liberty 5, Honor 5, Piety 1, Autocracy 2. Quite a nice mix for him. He is at war with Carthage at the moment, not so important. Also, obviously, a lot of the wars I'll read out twice if I do all of them, because you've got to be at war with somebody else. Mayans, Rationalism 3, pretty cool. Oracle and Hagia Sophia, that's pretty nice. They are at war with Brazil still, but nothing's really coming out of that. Spain, Liberty 5, Honor 5, Autocracy 2, that war with Byzantium. Ethiopia, Honor 5, Piety 5, but their religion's not really taken off. Brazil, Tradition 5, Honor 3, Exploration 2, Order 6. Hanging Gardens, Louvre, Eiffel Tower, Temple of Artemis, Broadway. Very nice mix of wonders for Brazil. Indonesia, Honor 3, Piety 5. Again, they don't even have a religion. Aesthetics 1. They got the Angkor Wat, though, Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the Red Fort. So that's nice. We'll ignore Morocco. They're not really playing a big part here. Shoshone, Liberty 3, Honor 5, Aesthetics 5. Keeping the Iroquois at bay. And they also have the Statue of Zeus, which is pretty cool. Benin, they're pretty important still, although they've not done much recently. Tradition 5, Liberty 5, Order 1. At war with Harappa. Modern Era. There for them. The Sioux in the Industrial Era. Liberty 5, Honor 5, Patronage 1, Autocracy 2. Forbidden Palace and Alhambra. Not in any wars at the moment. We'll ignore the Goths. They're not, again, not massive influence here. Mali, war with Songhai in South Africa. Piety 5, Aesthetics 5. Not much of a future for them. Congo, Honor 5, Patronage 5, Order 1. War with Egypt. Yeah, they'll be fine. They should be fine against Egypt and Samoa. Harappa, I mean, we've seen who's at war. They're at war with a lot of people, but no one who borders them, so they're good. Corral, no. We won't go through that. South Africa, Tradition 5, Piety 4, Aesthetics 5, Freedom 1. And then they have Chichen Itza, Sistine Chapel, Taj Mahal, and Parthenon. And they're currently at war with Mali, and only friends with the Songhai. Britain, Liberty 2, Piety 3, Exploration 3, Great Lighthouse, but nothing special. Texas, I'm not really sure how to judge Texas. They do seem pretty strong at the same time, but they're not doing very well. With the Rapper, not so important, but Liberty 5, Aesthetics 5, Rationalism 1, and Autocracy 2. California, Industrial Era, Liberty 3, Honor 5. I mean, they are pretty much dead, actually. Let's leave them. They've only got 2 cities left. Burundi, Piety 5, Patronage 5, war with Siam and Samoa. Belgium, big one, Tradition 5, Piety 2, Aesthetics 5, Freedom 4. Great Wall, Machu Picchu, Notre Dame, and the Globe Theatre. Wars with Austria and Carthage. Not really much happening there, though. Not with Spain, which is what triggered this whole look into this tab. 2 Sicilies, Tradition 5, Exploration 3, Order 2. That's pretty similar. I think I went Liberty in my Let's Play and then Exploration as well. Japan is in the Modern Era. Honor 5, Exploration 2, Autocracy 5, Great Library, Petra, Himeji Castle. Australia, Liberty 5, Honor 5, but not much really going on for them. And then Samoa, Liberty 5, Aesthetics 5, Exploration 2, Autocracy 1, wars with Congo and Burundi. And then the Chinook, not super important, but Liberty 3, Honor 5, Aesthetics 5. There we go. We got through it. Sorry for taking a while. Oh, I was supposed to read the notifications. Hopefully nothing major changed. France has the next civ to go for the autocracy ideology, and they are right next to Belgium, so they're going to be under a lot of pressure, a lot of dissidence probably for the French. Unless maybe that's now enough to like swing the balance in the other direction, maybe negatively influence Belgium. I'm not sure, probably not, I'm afraid, but they can try their best, see what they can do, and maybe there's hope for them. Just maybe. Turn 160, we've got about 40 to go till we do the proper results, just because I think Korea will be at the end, sort of around that point, maybe a bit early. If not, we can always adjust it, but you know, I would say let's just say 200, and you know, if we need to change it, we'll change it, that's fine. But 200 is a good estimate of where the end sort of point might be. And then I will of course continue to push the game beyond that for a few, you know, up to about 300, 350 if I can. Obviously there's a lot of civs still alive, so it's probably less likely. Although I'm not sure. I don't know if less smaller civs is better than more big ones. I don't know. The map size is the same, so not really sure. Brazil. Yeah, so Brazil's leaving the Mayans alone, so that's the end of that one, at least for now. They came pretty close to grabbing the Panama Canal. It would be useful. And another internal city from Brazil. They're just settling within their own borders. Happy to do so. It certainly cannibalized Sao Paulo. Like, people are starving here. I don't know if the AI thought of that. Rio has stayed at 34. Salvador has maintained itself at 25. But yeah, Sao Paulo's fallen from 25 to 19. I guess they're shipping food elsewhere, but there is no mechanic in Civ to move population. Like, they have died. These people, they are starving. But Brasilia's now at 9, Belo Horizonte at 8, Manaus at 8. I feel like they'd probably reach the limit of tiles they could work properly with like these size cities. Sorry, sneeze. Yeah, with these size cities, I guess not, because you get more people. I don't know, but I feel like, I guess a -5 trade in this city for an 11, 8, 8, a 9, a 1. Yeah, that's fine. And more coastal cities in particular, really useful to Brazil, Brasilia, Fortaleza, Curitiba. I guess these two are more questionable. Like, did you need these? Should they have been here? One probably could have been up here. Maybe just have them one further this way, like maybe here and here instead of here and here. But it doesn't matter, it's up to Brazil. Sure, they're managing it. Sure, it's fine. I mean, it's not affected Salvador as badly, which is a bit surprising. I guess it's because it has this free area with like more farms. Rio's also a bit further away and has all the sea as well. So I guess it's just tile allocation. And not gone so well for Sao Paulo. Biggest cities in the world currently. I mean, Sao Paulo falling is pretty big. It's still... Oh no, Brazil still have 2 of the top 5 now. Salvador, obviously, they used to have 3 of the top 4. Salvador is 5th. But some new contenders. Benin City Ubini, I think, was 5th last time we checked. Has climbed up to 3rd at 26. And Turfan of Mongolia has also climbed very quickly onto the list. I don't even think we've seen that like anywhere near being on the top cities in the world. I don't know which one. This one here. Just very quick growth. Very impressive. Citadel's helping, I guess, stealing away some plantations, which obviously do give extra food, despite the fact that I don't... 99% sure you can't eat cotton. I don't know, maybe. I thought cotton was just for cloves. Although, to be honest, part of me is confused that you can even grow cotton. There was part of me that thought, for a minute there, I was like, doesn't cotton come from sheep? But that's wool, which is different. So never mind. I was very confused for a minute. I was like, yeah, wait a minute, what? But no, yes, cotton plantations were a thing. Cotton does grow. That would be a sheep plantation, doesn't quite have the same ring to it. So they're not plants for the first step, of course. A lot of denouncements, of course. No changes there. Most of them are just renewals of old denouncements as well. That's the worst part. They're like, yeah, we've denounced you for 50 turns, done nothing, but here you go, have another one. Right on top of the initial one. So yeah, that's always a good sign. I wonder if there's a way... No, I feel like the AI would break if we took away their ability to denounce. That's their way of venting. That's just their way of like saying, yeah, you know what, screw you. They can't get angry if not. If you took away their ability to denounce, they just bottle it all up and explode. We'd probably be running at like one turn every 45 minutes or something. If we just took away their ability to denounce, they'd probably go on strike. Wouldn't be good. Right, when is the next big war coming? And who is it going to be? Mongolia, obviously, Korea. The Huns are all at peace at the moment. Could be something to do with those three. Japan is still making progress and yet will conquer this next turn. So that's a big blow for Siam and a fantastic spell for Japan. What a turnaround. They're doing really well. Ethiopia is actually continuing to go after Byzantium, which is quite exciting. Anyone rooting for Ethiopia? Oh, and never mind, Japan had not been. That is confusing. It looked like they had, but no. Japan conquers Panduranga. Another fantastic. Some of these city names are just fantastic. Panduranga. That is. It's got a real flow to it. And the Chinook's turn seems to be taking a while. Unless they get open borders with India, that will probably be Siam safe. Oh, it does stay as a puppet. That is brutal. So they must get the choice to annex it. Like, surely. But yeah, for now at least, it means Siam cannot build any more units to defend themselves, and they can't even pick their productions. Not that there's that many things, once you exclude units, that they probably can build, so there is that, I guess. Oh, there we go. I think they just annexed it right there. There we go. They did the right thing. I think they didn't really have a choice. They still need to build a courthouse, though. I hope the AI doesn't fall for the trick. For some reason, when South Africa is used, I don't know if their unique unit replaces the courthouse or something. Where the heck did they get all these boats from? Okay, Mali could be in trouble again. Don't know where they all came from. Just out of nowhere. Yeah, but for some reason when South Africa's in, if you play, as you may have seen in my 2 Sicilies or my Songhai Let's Play, there is like another courthouse that's always available to be built, even in cities you haven't conquered. I don't think it would. I don't think the AI could pick the wrong one should they need to clear the resistance, but I don't know if the AI would build it just stupidly in a city with no resistance anyway. Hopefully not, but I won't give them too much faith. Can't put too much faith in the AI until they're playing against you. Bear that in mind. In an AI only battle, the AI is at its worst. When it's a let's play, that's the A game. They're showing up. They're messing with you. So I can't be too sure, but doesn't matter. Just banish it from our minds. Not have to worry about it at all. Egypt and Congo have ended that incredibly unnecessary war, which is great. Benin now with great war infantry. It's starting to become more of a common unit. I think the Iroquois have some. Not sure any of the other North Americans do, unless you kind of count Japan now as a North American. Texas does have one. There you go. Texas has just got there. I think Brazil has them. So a few civs, the best civs in the world, arguably, would be a good way to describe those who have it. Belgium does have it. A couple dotted around. I'm sorry if I miss anybody here. Germany has got some artillery units, which is pretty good for them if they were to figure out what to do. I don't even know what Germany should do. I feel like they need to wait for someone else to be sort of dying and just hop in. I don't think they could instigate something themselves. Like the Goths obviously is just, you're not getting through this gap. I wouldn't recommend attacking Attila. He looks pretty strong. Denmark, obviously this city is probably the easiest city for you to conquer, but the rest of it's kind of hard to get to. Not even sure it's worth it. Belgium have the Great Wall, and Brussels is so far away from this border, and such a small little gap. France you can't really get to. Sicily's, I guess if you put the artillery here, you had a shot, but it's still going to be very messy. I feel like they need to wait for someone to be like half taken Salzburg. I feel like Germany, there's no one civ answer to how they're going to get better. It's going to be conquering like this Danish city, maybe another Danish city, I don't know, one Hun city, one Goth city, Vienna, Salzburg. Like it's going to be just, they need to like pick and mix a couple of different cities from around them. They can't just say I'll try and find another example. I mean, for Belgium is the obvious one, even though this is a bit of an unrealistic example. Belgium just need to conquer France. That would work for them. That would be fantastic if they could do that. For Germany, there's not really a one Civs solution. Obviously, if they could just come down into Italy, knock out the two Sicilies, fantastic. But look, come on, let's be realistic. That's not going to happen. I'm trying to think of somewhere where it's a better example, where there's just like a one Civ solution to a Civ's problems. I'm just trying to... I want to find the perfect example. Europe's a bit too intertwined, particularly Spain, Belgium, and France. There is a lot of awful border gore here. I mean, Britain and the Celts is the most basic, simplified answer. Probably too simplified, but if they just need to fight each other, and there needs to be one winner. That would be the solution. They don't even need to do anything else, but they probably should have done it earlier. Whoever is going to win, like it's probably too late now, but that's there's just a one Civ solution. Just conquer the whole Civ. It will work out well. Obviously, Japan's just done it essentially to Siam. Pretty good move. But yeah, that doesn't really exist for Germany. I mean, if they could do it, it would be fantastic. But there's not really that sort of option anywhere just because of the borders and the geography and stuff. So yeah, sadly, Germany's sort of in that solution. Bad position, I guess. Not really a solution. But the solution is to just sort of try and pick off one city at a time from different civs around you. But the AI does tend to go in for the kill. Very rarely you'll see just cherry picking the cities around them. It's what I'm trying to do is the two Sicilies. Obviously, I'm not going in for the kill. In my Let's Play, I'm trying to just conquer all of the Mediterranean coastal cities. So I'm just attacking people, taking one city, and when they're sat there like offering me everything in the peace deal, I'm like, no, I don't really want that one. I'll just keep the rest. I'll just keep the coastal stuff. That's fine. I think I did it to Austria. Like, I took their equivalent of this city, and then I sort of, I could have walked. Vienna was pretty undefended at that point. Probably could have gone and got it if I put everything for it, but I was just like, nope, it's fine. But yeah, the AI in AI only battles far more likely to go for the full out kill. So I'm not sure we can say the same there. Corral going autocracy. So autocracy still definitely the most popular ideology. Burundi piecing out with Samoa. What is that? That is disgustingly bad. Burundi. Samoa are certainly going to be... I don't know what their score is. I obviously can't just remember 40 Civs scores off the top of my head. It must be getting up there. There's a chance Samoa makes the top 10 here, which is not wrong. If they're in there, that's great. There's Korea just about to hit 1,000 points in first, just for a guide. I think Samoa is the last. If 7, yeah, Samoa currently, I would guess, based on there's not been that many at 700. Belgium and Japan are really good. South Africa's up there. Yeah, 700 probably puts you... Actually, the Iroquois are in the lead. 700 probably puts you in the around 8th, 9th, 10th based on that list. 7th to 10th area. So Samoa certainly with a shot at this game. Now it is time for our new feature of Civ of the episode, Civ of the day. No one's done anything too crazy. Don't want to double award it to Japan. They probably did the most conquering again this episode, grabbing that city. So I'm going to avoid Japan. I am going to give it maybe a bit preemptively to South Africa, just because they have a lot of tourism. They've gone for freedom, which really shakes things up, although that might have been last episode, but whatever. And they've got... I don't know how they just amassed all these boats. They now seem to have spread out again, but it just came out of nowhere. And worst Civ of the episode, I guess, probably has to go... Well, it was going to go to Siam again, but again someone saved them. Burundi, you derped hard. I don't know why you gave this away. So Burundi's got it for this episode. That'll be it for this one. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.